Hello, everyone. I forgot to start one thing up here. Okay. Forgot to start one program up. Remedy now. And my apologies if my voice does not hold out very well for this 4-hour stream. I just spent the last 3 hours working on a song I have to sing for one of the musicals I'm in. And yes, it literally took me 3 hours to get through it because there are like 6 verses and it's basically me featured the whole freaking time. So I was a little extra critical on it. So there's those fun things. Anyway, how is everyone doing out there? Make sure this is... Yeah, that looks like it's running. Take another drink. After the stream, I may have to run to the store for some lozenges or something. That's 3 hours of singy the thingy, and then it's going to be 4 hours of talking. That's interesting. I make good life decisions. Anyway. Yeah, it'd be alright. So it'll be a second. As tempting as that is, that won't actually soothe my throat. I wish. Anyway. I'm not used to this game being dead silent. It's weird. Okay, so are we ready to actually begin? I hope so. I hope we are actually ready. Anyway. Okay. My eyes opened once again. I should probably get up. Continuing to sleep will only put me in more danger. Tomorrow morning's going to be tough, but I can't compromise my safety. If someone were to break in, even if I was awake when an intruder broke in, I'm not sure I could do much about it on my own. Still, better than sleeping completely defenseless. At any rate, I just wanted a moment to relax. If I keep this up until morning, the tension is going to drive me mad. No, it must be my imagination. I was disgusted with myself for thinking that so many times tonight. Have we launched back into sound to drop? Please say no. It sounded like it was getting closer and closer. It felt more real than my earlier hallucinations. Was it still just my imagination? After one last pat, I noticed the sound stop right in front of my room. That's no hallucination. Ah!
Keiichi? 起きなさい。朝よ。
It was Mom. Morning had already arrived. In the end, I could barely get any sleep. Just thinking about the sleepiness I'll be fighting all day had me feeling depressed. But at the same time, I felt relieved that safely I made it to the morning. I dragged my body down the stairs. A completely ordinary scene was spread out before me. with oddly choral sounding music. A completely ordinary breakfast on a completely ordinary dining table.
眠そうね、ケイイチ。昨日は何時に寝たの？
うん。昨日は寝つきが悪くてさ。
そう、珍しいじゃないの。
気がついたら朝だった。
Let's move that here. Okay. Mood.
あんたもしかして昨日の雷が怖くて寝られなかったんじゃないの？
まさか。子供じゃあるまいし。
Mom gave me an awkward look like she'd seen right through me. It wasn't fear of thunder that denied me my sleep. However, it was indeed fear that kept me awake, so she was right in that regard. I was bombarded with sounds I shouldn't be able to hear and other meaningless noises. Any small sound off in the distance would leave me terrified. It was a long, long night. I focused all my attention on the morning sun and the chirping birds. And then I was finally able to see how cowardly I was acting. It was a calm, wholesome morning, completely devoid of any sort of trouble. My fear of the Sonozaki family, my fear of Mion, the dark side of the Sonozaki family that I heard about. It was unmistakably Mion Sonozaki who told me all about it. Personally. Was it a warning or was it intimidation? I cast those aspersions to the wind. However, nothing's happened since then. My everyday life was going on like usual. So, is there really any reason for me to be afraid of Mion? As of this morning, there's been no change in my everyday life. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Keiichi-kun!
おはよう、レナ。
あれ？ケイイチくん目が真っ赤だよ。どうしたんだろう？
なんか寝つきが悪くてさ。そんなわけで今日は寝不足だ。
大丈夫かな？
Raina moved closer to look my face over. I was startled for a moment. If I moved in this close to Raina, she'd start blushing immediately. So I quickly looked away before my complexion could start changing. Yeah, that feeling when you got distracted. Yep. That feeling when you've been singing for 3 hours today.
ミオン、遅いな。
You haven't missed anything yet. He's just been bemoaning his cowardice over how he acted the night before.
まだ調子悪いのかな？
For the moment, I simply tilted my head to the side. According to Ishii-san, Mion had disappeared. In that case, there was no way Mion could come here.
先に行ってもいい約束の時間になってるけど、どうする？
Raina said that with an innocent look on her face. So Raina didn't know about Mion's disappearance? Or was she deliberately pretending not to know? Raina turned to me and encouraged me to think it over.
ケイイチくん、どうする？もう行かないと遅刻になっちゃうかも。
そうだな。ミオン、まだ体調が悪いのかもしれないしな。
Watch this time be Raina be the murderer. Watch that be the actual case this time. If there's nothing we can do about it, there's no point dwelling on it. Ultimately, I made my decision. That's right. Wasn't I the one who so passionately desired to enjoy my wonderful everyday life? I never wanted to get involved in any of these incidents. And Mion's probably just staying home because he's not feeling well, right? If I simply never got out of bed to answer my phone, would Oishi-san start saying that I disappeared too? If there's nothing I can do about it, there's no point dwelling on it.
レナ、そろそろ行こうか。
Reina and I started walking side by side. As I walked to school with Reina, all the sights along the way looked just the same as always. I felt like a person recovering from an illness walking outside for the first time in a while. I found myself struggling to recognize the nature all around me. It gets a lot of ambient noises, and you notice that there's not a lot of cicadas. After carefully running my eyes across my surroundings, I came to realize that nothing had changed at all. Maybe I've been overthinking everything up until now. My shoulders and cheeks began to relax, and my usual confidence slowly came back to me.
ケイチ君、今変なことを考えてなかった？
なんでだよ。そんなこと考えてねえぞ。
ああ、ケイチ君照れてる。怪しいの、怪しいの。
照れてないって。怪しくもない。
だって最近、ケイチ君ずっと怖い顔してたのに、さっきニコニコしてたよ。
I couldn't believe how abruptly Reina was able to say that. Still, was I really making those scary faces that Reina mentioned? It might be true. I haven't felt this calm in a long time. And there was no reason for her to say something unusual. It's been a while since she teased me, hasn't it?
そうか。バレてたか。
そうでしょ？じゃあ、やっぱり変なこと？
別に変じゃ。レナを見てちょっとにやけてたのさ。
なんでかな？なんでレナを見てにやけてたのかな？
I'm not jumping into that. Reina's cheeks were already starting to turn red.
最近ちょっと疲れていてさ。毎日会ってるのにレナの顔をまともに見る余裕もなかった。
I could tell Reina's heart rate was steadily climbing.
で、久しぶりにレナの顔をじっくり見たらさ、やっぱり可愛いなと思って。
ケイチ君。
Yeah, if it wasn't where we are with these exact characters, this wouldn't be a bad plot line. But more than likely, she's now the murderer. Because I don't think she's been the murderer yet, has she? I don't think she has. Reina was blushing so hard she was about to faint. Mission accomplished. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I properly teased Reina. By the time we arrived at school, everything was still the same as usual. In fact, considering how things were recently, it seemed even more lighthearted than usual. So I yanked open the classroom door, like always, and got hit by a trap. Yep. Just then, I heard a snap off in the distance. A moment later, splash. My upper body was completely soaked with some liquid. Normally, I'd be on high guard before entering the classroom, but of course, I realized I was far more relaxed than usual. And the reason I described it as liquid instead of water, the smell, the stench!
サトコ！
ケイチさんがそんな簡単に引っかかるなんて思ってなかったのでございますわ。
I still miss the old card games on motorcycles music.
どうせカースならばちょっとしたジョークで。
これのどこがジョークの範囲だ。
デッドストックの牛乳なんてデンジャラスなトラップ。本気で設置するわけがございませんでしょうが。
全身そのデッドストックの牛乳まみれだ。
そんなの知りませんわ。気を抜いていた圭一さんが悪いのでございますわ。
After my harsh words, Satoko sensed the impending danger. She quickly tried to put some distance between us, but I won't let her escape. Pat, 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 tap, tap, tap. Pat, 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 tap, tap, tap. Pat, pat, tap, tap, pat. Yank! Sweet Satoko. Thwack.
圭一さんが圭一さんがデコピンした。
水じゃなくて熟成された牛乳を使った分でかっこ強だ。たくほんとくせえ。
While Reina was stunned by the old milk, she was on high alert for a secondary disaster. Even Reina-chan decided to keep her distance. Rika-chan decided to keep her distance.
圭一、かわいそうかわいそうです。でも近づきたくないのです。早くジャージに着替えるのですよ。
Well, this time I think the padding was just the feet. You know? I dashed off in the direction of the bathroom. The agony was all thanks to a forehead poke. Satoko, I'll have my revenge in the next club activity. Ugh. For the moment, I escaped into the privacy of the bathroom. Fortunately, there was nobody else inside. I can't imagine what kind of rumors might start flying around if someone saw me scampering into a private room covered in milk. I pulled my shirt off and used it to wipe my face and my upper body. When I pulled off my pants, I noticed the milk seeped all the way down to my underwear. Damn you, Satoko! That's an awfully weird sound file for milk. Anyway, we shouldn't be crying over spilled milk anyway. I had no choice but to pull off my underwear too so I could wipe the milk off all my clothes. Even so, the smell. It was completely rotten. No matter how much I scrubbed my hair, the smell remained. Damn you, Really, seriously, what's with that sound? Damn you, Satoko! I brought a gym shirt with me, so I was able to wear that. At a time like this, there's no point arguing the details. I confirmed that no other students were around, then rinsed off my head in the washroom. Class was already getting started, but I couldn't stop dealing with the milk situation. It was spoiled milk, after all. Damn you, Satoko! I slipped back into the private room and started daydreaming while scrubbing my hair dry. In my dream, Satoko was completely incapable of moving around. Of course, my body was still able to move freely. In my hands, I held a pot full of long-since expired milk, emanating an intense stench. I had absolute authority in the matter. How would Satoko react in that situation? Like usual, she'd probably use all her strength to make the best of the situation. Satoko wouldn't break her rebellious posture for even an instant. I had a graceful smile on my face as I moved the pot closer to Satoko's head. And then, I'll show no mercy as I bathe her in it. In my daydream, I got my revenge on Satoko. Your relief will be short-lived, Satoko. My hair was finally drying up, so it was probably about time to head back. As I entered the classroom, the lesson was already more than halfway done. If I tell Chie-sensei I wasn't feeling well, she'll probably forgive the offense. The fact that I spent such a long time in the bathroom lended some credibility to the argument. I took a quick glance toward Mion's seat, but she still wasn't there. Reina explained to me after class, Mion apparently contacted Chie-sensei to call in sick. Reina seemed genuinely concerned about Mion's health, so Reina clearly believed the story about her absence. Maybe I've just been overthinking everything these days after all. At today's club activity, I earned my first major victory in a long time. Of course, my strategy from start to finish was to take down Satoko. Payback for the spoiled milk. And thanks to that strong motivation, I came out victorious today. I completely denied the others an opportunity to follow up. I had so much fun, and I laughed from the bottom of my heart. Spending time with my wonderful friends. Isn't this great? Nah, to me this is the most important thing of all. Let's cherish our time together. Let's cherish every day we get to spend together as friends. Had to have a check to break already? That didn't take very long.